Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace, my go-to for building a website and online shop. Hi everyone, this video is going to be yet another non-painting time-lapse. I thought I'd make a fun, quick little video about how to sharpen your pencils into these terrifying looking needles like we do at the atelier. It's a great way to make your drawing experience easier, and you can look like a fancy snob in front of all your friends. Now, just as a disclaimer, I am not super proficient at this. In fact, I was probably one of the worst pencil sharpeners in my class, and I also haven't sharpened a pencil in like 4 years, which is why I think this will be a nice, relatable video for any other beginners looking to learn this for the first time. I will show you how to sharpen this pencil, even if you're not that good at it yet. First, you will need a pencil. I'm using these Wolf's brand charcoal pencils that my atelier students have been using since last year, and they're so much better than the orange General's charcoal brand that I used when I was a student. But this technique will work on any kind of pencil. Next, you'll need an X-Acto knife, though you can also use a razor blade, which is what most students at the atelier use. But because I'm not very good at this, I don't trust myself with a razor blade, so X-Acto knife it is for me. Lastly, you'll need some sandpaper, but I opted to buy this Nitram sharpening block because it's slightly less messy than a sheet of sandpaper. But sandpaper works great, and you'll want to get 150 to 200 grit. To be honest, sandpaper probably works better than the sharpening block, but I just got tired of the charcoal getting everywhere, so sacrifices must be made. Oh, and I've put a paper towel down as well to contain the mess because I do not like making my art studio messy. Okay, let's begin. The first step is the hardest one, which is to use the blade to shave off the wood. If you're doing this for the first time, use your hardest pencil to start so that the lead isn't as soft or easy to break. I'm using B, which is the hardest pencil in this set. And I'm going very slow because I swear to God, the pencil gods hate me. And as a student, I would break over half the pencils I sharpened, resulting in some serious trauma around the matter. But as I said earlier, we had used a cheaper brand called General's, which had those orange charcoal pencils. But we've recently upgraded to a nicer, higher quality brand, Wolf's, which luckily did not break, even though I had not sharpened a pencil in 4 years. Anyways, you just want to be gentle and slow and make sure to keep your blade angled as flat and parallel with the lead as you can. You don't want your blade cutting or digging directly into the lead, but rather an elegant, gradual slope from the wood to the lead. When you've shaved down enough wood, at some point the remaining layer of wood should just pop off the lead as long as you are gentle and steady. If the wood doesn't pop off the lead, you can very gently scrape it off, but don't use too much pressure or else the lead will break. We'll also have an opportunity later on to sand off any remaining residue. Some of the more advanced pencil sharpening pros will expose even more lead than I have, but I usually stop at about this length or else I'll get severe anxiety. The next step is just sanding. Similar technique and philosophy as the wood shaving, you want to use gentle, steady pressure and keep the lead as parallel as you can to the surface of the sandpaper. I also like to twist the pencil in my hand as I sand it up and down, and that way all the sides of the lead get even exposure to the sandpaper. This step takes a while, which is normal and par for the course. And as you sharpen more and more pencils, each step will go by faster and faster. But in the beginning, I'd rather slow down, take my time, and do it carefully so that the pencils don't break. And then, slowly, as I gain more confidence, I can increase the speed. I checked my video footage, and it took me about 15 minutes to sharpen just this one pencil, but most of the students in my class can do it in just a few minutes after one semester of practice or less. But yeah, you just want to make sure the entire length of the lead is sanded down, not just the tip, which is why it's important to keep the lead as flat and parallel as you can to the surface of the sandpaper. If you're using straight up sandpaper, it helps to have the edge of the sandpaper line up with the edge of your table so that you can lower your pencil as much as you can so that it lays flat against the sandpaper and your hand still has room outside of the table to move. Since I have this block, which is about 1 centimeter thick, it already gives me an edge to lower my pencil enough so that the lead rests flat on the sandpaper portion of the block. It's important to have the entire length of the exposed lead sanded down because sometimes there can be bits of the pencil wood or glue still stuck to it, and we want nothing but pure charcoal exposed so that it's easy and seamless for us to draw with. If we were drawing and ran into some wood or glue, it would be really annoying and could destroy a delicate part of our drawing. Okay, so once it gets to about this state, we can call it done. The toughest part is the initial sharpening, but once you get it to this state, it's a lot easier to do maintenance sharpening between uses, which is pretty much just a quick sanding. You will have to scrape off the wood again eventually, but it'll take way less time than the first time. The lead will be coated with fine charcoal powder, so I usually give the lead and entire pencil a good wipe before I use it, just so we don't encounter any unexpected charcoal dust. Now, for the fun part, let's actually use this pencil that we spent so long sharpening. As you can see, it creates delicate, sharp, thin lines, which stay sharp longer, but it can also softly mass in larger areas if you lower the pencil at an angle closer to the paper. This capability is so useful for filling in large areas of value on your charcoal drawings, which is already tedious, and having a quick way to cover a lot of space evenly and softly is such a superpower. Now let's compare the non-atelier sharpened pencil straight out of the box to our fancy atelier needle pencil. Notice how the regular pencil can make some thin marks, which will get dull a lot faster, but as soon as I lower the angle to try to mass in thicker strokes, I hit the wood of the pencil immediately and there's no more lead left for me to use. This constricts me to only ever drawing with thin, dark lines, and I cannot quickly or efficiently mass in larger areas. Now let's look at our fancy atelier pencil again. The sharp lines are even sharper, and I can draw the entire spectrum of thin lines to medium lines to large soft massing areas with ease. So I hope this video convinced you to give the atelier needle pencil sharpening style a try. It serves more purpose than just looking like a fancy artist to impress your friends. And I myself will keep practicing this skill too, and hopefully come back soon with an even longer needle than this that takes hopefully not 15 minutes. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. And of course, you guessed it, my eternal never-ending sale is still going on in my shop. So if you'd like 20% off your order of prints and originals, just enter the code HOLIDAY at happyd-artist.com. And if you're interested in learning more about how to paint and draw, I have lots of art educational content on my Patreon page, including exclusive video tutorials, step-by-step photo tutorials, live streams, podcasts, and even surprise art gift boxes. All available at patreon.com/happydartist. I'd love to have you join my Patreon family. A big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and supporting the art community. I've been using Squarespace for 10 years now, and it's been an integral part of being able to make a living as an artist. Aside from their beautiful customizable templates and easy-to-use interface, Squarespace now has so many robust tools to help make website building be both effective and intuitive. There's a new design intelligence feature that uses a combination of industry experience and cutting-edge AI to help you make a website bespoke to your brand and digital identity. Squarespace takes the intimidation out of setting up an online shop with their intuitive e-commerce platform that accepts every type of payment method you can imagine, all with just a few simple clicks, so you can easily sell your work all around the world. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/happydartist to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Also, if you want to check out more artworks, works in progress, and just random daily artist adventures, feel free to check out my Instagram, and you can follow me at the handle @happydartist.